Good afternoon, welcome to Leicester Fan TV. My name is Phil, and breaking news. Don't normally do a live show at about 1 o'clock on a Friday, but breaking news, Brendan Rodgers appears, according to Sky Sports News, to have signed a new contract for Leicester City. So, thought I'd do a quick live, get your views in, get your comments in. It feels like that is some great news for Leicester. Brendan Rodgers, as we all know, came here in February after Claude Puel and has done outstandingly well with the team. Dara Desi gets the first comments in there, says great news. It is. Get your views in, get your comments in, let me know what you think to Brendan Rodgers signing. I've been saying all week he's not going to go to Arsenal. Why would you want to leave Leicester to go to Arsenal? They're in absolute chaos. Yes, they're a big European club. Not won the league since 2003-2004 Arsenal. So the days of them being Premier League winners, I think, is certainly not guaranteed anymore. It's not done it for 15 years. Nicola Goff says, hello, fabulous news. It is. Dave Felsted says, great news for us. Andy Medhurst is watching. What do you think, Andy? Brendan Rodgers signed until 2025. He's extended his contract, signed a new contract. His current one was going to take him through to 2022, but his new one keeps him at Leicester until 2025. Alex Green is saying they have announced it. Jamie from the Fox's Arms, who's just back to Alcudia, says Brendan Rodgers is the king at King Power. Emily Sharp saying absolutely fantastic news for Leicester City. Kath Egan says it's great news. Paul McCrombie says fantastic news, was never in doubt he would stay. I agree with you, Paul. I was never in any particular doubt that he would go. And I think this pretty much, this is him saying he's not going to go, isn't it? Now, there's meant to be a £14 million buyout clause to get Brendan Rodgers away from us. I would no doubt expect that's gone up. Malk Heggs is watching. Hi, Malk, get your views in. Stuart Child says, woohoo! Woohoo, do want Arsenal. Yeah, I agree with you there, Stuart. Paul Spilling is saying we've probably added a better clause. I agree, we probably have. Adam Chamberlain says, get in. He was never going to go anywhere soon. He's only just come here, and it's not like we're on the edges of the top 8, top 6, and he's doing quite well. We are second. We are challenging for the Premier League title this season. We're in the quarterfinals of the League Cup and the FA Cup. Wigan at home, got to be in there. Rob McFarland is talking about transfers, talking about Chelsea in for Chilwell. I don't think so. I don't think any players are going to leave Leicester in January. Christopher Newbury saying it's like a new signing, and all these pundits saying he hasn't said nothing. This is the best way to say I'm truly happy. Absolutely, signing a new contract. Janice French says brilliant news. Ross Howard is watching. Ross, what do you reckon to this great news? Daley Flynn is saying brilliant news. Title, here we come. Ash Tebber is saying great timing. We'll give players a boost through the busy fixtures. Andy Medhurst is saying he's had a really crap day. This just makes it a little bit better. What a great way to start the weekend. Jack Marston saying this is fantastic news. So's Jenny Jones saying fantastic news. Craig Jones says great. Donna White says brilliant news. Tom Skiru says great news keeping Brendan. What a guy. Love him. How well we're playing under him. We look like a force to be reckoned with. That's what Tom says. Malk Heggs is saying this is a great day for our club. Perfect timing too. Now let's kick on. Listen, we're effectively saying Arsenal, go and do one. You can do one, Arsenal, because Brendan Rodgers doesn't want to come to you. We've paid more. He's going to stick with the lads that are here. Why should he come to Arsenal? We're trying to set our stall out and say we can compete with these top clubs. It's not going to happen overnight. We've not got as big a ground as Arsenal, as Man U, as Spurs now, and Liverpool. We're going to start to build it. If we can keep challenging up in this top 6, this top 4, year in, year out, that's going to build us there. It's going to take us time to get as big as clubs like Arsenal, but there's no reason why we can't. Just look at teams like Man City and Chelsea. A lot of the younger people will think Man City and Chelsea have always been these big clubs. They haven't. It took them a while to get there, but they've done it quite recently. Jack Marston saying, yes, fingers up to the Gunners and doubters. Tom Skiro saying Champions League, here we come. Brilliant news till 2025, says Vaughan Williamson. Ross Howard says, shove that up your arse. And all Sky Sports. Chris Sutton and many more pundits saying he will go. Yeah, Chris Sutton said he should go. Paul Merson saying he should go. A lot of the pundits saying, why stay at Leicester? Well, I'll tell you why, because he's building something special. Tony Snow is saying, let's keep all the players now, which I think we will, Tony. Neil Lapworth says this is great news. And Paolo Pudu says security for sure. Daryl Elliott says, must have put some different clauses in there with some extra promises of money for spending. Maybe they did, Daryl. Maybe now, club, everybody's starting to believe that this season's going to be something special again, whatever happens this season. Darren Manda is saying, great news. Hopefully others will leave him alone now. You can see he's happy here, and he definitely is. Richard Goddard says, up the pundits. They always get it right, not. Ha ha. Craig Dobbs says, great stuff. Can he beat his time at Celtic? 5 Premiership titles with Leicester. Hey, listen, you never know. I think the Premier League in England is a lot harder than the Scottish Premier League. Gary Dennis says, what a great way for him to show his commitment and tell those so-called experts out there that he was going to go. Absolute legend. Adrian Winfield says, get in, happy days. Jane Nelson saying, what a great Christmas present this is. And Jane Bingham, hi Jane, says, Savage Merson and that idiotic Sutton, suck that up. Getting in the harsh comments from Jane Bingham there. Jane Horsley says, what a great Christmas present for all of Leicester City fans. Aaron Hunt saying, and I was told he was going to go to AFC Hinckley. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen. Rusty Paul Schofield says, good news, and he knows who the top club is. Rusty, can we win the Premier League this season? I want to know your views. Mark Sharp saying, absolutely fantastic and a kick in the teeth for all the pundits convinced he'd leave. Small club Leicester for a big club Arsenal. We're on the way to becoming a big club. We ain't there yet. It's going to take many, many more seasons of success on the pitch and building off the pitch. But listen, we're going to have some space-age training facilities ready next season. The ground extension is starting and will be ready, we hear, in under 2 seasons. The club's going somewhere. That will move us up. And if that expansion works well, which we all think it will do, there'll be another one. That's what's going to happen. Leicester City will have at least a 50,000 seater stadium, I would suggest, within the next 10 years. TJ Chapman is saying, buzzing. Paul Merson will be pleased. Yeah, he will be. Alex Green says, Chris Sutton is probably crying into his lunch. And Chris from the Leicester Till I Die is watching. Chris, what do you reckon? Great news that Brendan Rodgers is staying at Leicester. I didn't think for a minute he wasn't going to stay at Leicester. I've been asked quite a few times from different people this week. I am 6 p.m. tonight on ITV Central News. They came round and filmed and asked questions. It was mostly about how well Leicester are doing and Aston Villa at the weekend. But they did ask about Brendan Rodgers, which obviously this news wasn't there when they filmed. But I said to them, I don't think for any reasons he'd want to go. So watch that, 6-ish tonight on ITV Central News. Craig Jones, last few comments before we wrap up this impromptu one. Stephen Warden is saying Merson will carry on. Oh, I'm not going to read that one out, Stephen. Chris Forian says, as it's December, does his contract include a Santa Claus? Chris, is that as good as you've got? A cheesy old dad cracker joke at this time of the day. Andy Medhurst saying, new training ground, stadium extension, great set of players. What is there not to stay for? I totally agree with you. Martin Burrell says, great news for Brendan Rodgers, signed new contract and some more new players in January. Simon Gimson is watching. Hi Simon, how are you? Liam Barnes is saying, was never in doubt, managing future champions, league winners. I like the sound of that, Liam. Listen, don't forget, we'll be live before the match on Sunday, Villa away. Jamie from the Foxes Arms will do his morning show at 10 a.m. The Foxes Aftermath show live from the Foxes Arms in Alcudia. And yeah, if you can, stay tuned and watch my good self on ITV Central News tonight at 6-ish and let me know what you thought to that. Chris Forian says, yes, that's as good as it gets, I'm afraid. Chris, you're going to have to raid some new crackers for them jokes. Anyway, thanks for watching. Keep it Leicester City all the way through the weekend. Can we make it 8 wins on the spin? I think we can. Up the City. See you later.